Okay, next one is a really funny offlaner, almost made like a meme one. He's really funny to play. I usually like picking him when I'm really tired or just bored. I don't want to do much work at all. I just like to sit wherever I am on the lane and then just charge anybody on the map. I just get there, I attack him, press a couple of spells, and then I'm out, teleport back to base, charge again anywhere on the map, and yeah, this is pretty much what I play him in those cases. But nonetheless, great offlaner hero with considering his abilities. So starting with boots, I always get phase boots. The added buff when you're charging gives immediate value on the greater bash. It also just gives you ability when this is on cooldown to just do a straight line of chasing anybody and trying to get the bash proc. Also works really good with bulldoze. It also gives you bonus movement speed. So yeah, pretty much you're charging. When you're about to hit the target, you pop the bulldoze, you press the phase boot. It's a lot of attacks. Added movement speed, goes with bash, goes with any other procs that happen when your charge is done. This is also great stat resist. So yeah, it's a really well-rounded hero for any against any pick really. So I would be done with phase boots. You can rush them, you don't have to, of course. Some other item that works great is Urn into Spirit Vessel. It's really great just because you'll be able to chase somebody down for a long periods of time or until they just die. So you do the initial charge, they start running, you press the phase boot, you're hitting them, waiting for this to proc, add movement speed with this, and also spamming the Spirit Vessel debuff or Urn debuff while you're chasing them. So they're pretty much kind of like doomed at that point if there's nobody to save them and they don't have any maybe immediate stuns, or maybe the stun is on cooldown or whatever. It's just a great tool to keep chasing until you kill somebody. It can also heal you because right you'll be charging across the map. You'll need your health back. You can heal anybody from your team. So it also gives health. That's pretty much what you need anyways. Some mana also. Mana for charging, and yeah, that's it for Vessel. Of course, you can sell them later on, but even if you keep them, it's still great. The item is always a great heavy offlaner, like a counter item. When there's anybody like, especially like Bristleback or Centaur or Axe, this is a great way to deal with them. And after those, then there comes like the good old halberd. Let's say you want to make halberd. Halberd is great. You just charge in, kind of protect yourself with bulldoze. Disable one hero, keep attacking the other, or keep attacking the disabled one. Singe benefit goes great with bulldoze. A lot more stat resist. You become really difficult to kill. And there's also miss. There's like miss, strength, and then the whole stat resist buff that just goes with bulldoze. So halberd is pretty amazing, especially for this guy. You'll probably be needing Black King bar. You don't have to make it always. It's definitely not mandatory because shard also gives you like a smaller version of Black King, but it might just be enough. Considering you'll probably be making Shadow Blade into Silver Edge, and it's a great item for him. But yeah, you can choose. I would not say it's mandatory as much as, let's say, there's Slardar as an offlaner. It's not as close as needed as for Slardar, for example. But it's really nice to have it because you do wanna be attacking. You do wanna try to get all the bash procs. Even though this is like a really low 17%, you need a lot of attack speed. It's a casino skill that I never really liked personally, those types of spells. But yeah, you can decide. I would still get it though. It just goes great synergy with shard. Assault, of course, always get assault. You need attack speed because, you know, what are you doing with this then anyways? You need armor your offlaner. I would even pair it with heart immediately. Maybe instead of some of these. I usually just like playing with heart and assault, no matter what my build is. You get some attack speed, some armor reduction. Goes well with this, goes well with bulldoze, and heart just gives you all that extra health against any spells. Bulldoze like halves everything down. If you have this, it's even worse for them to try to kill you. Like heart is an amazing item for this guy. He really becomes hard to kill, especially if you have this on and halberd. But yeah, you can choose. Scepter is a really nice one. You can charge anybody while they have Black King on. It gives a smaller cooldown and like a faster. Actually, no, you still charge the same speed. What am I talking about? It's just a cooldown. Yeah. So it lowers the cooldown, goes through Black King effect. Again, it's not needed, but Scepter is usually a decent offlaner item to get. Usually the effect is good and stats are worth it, at least for this type. So you can decide on that one. Senji and Yasha, of course, is always. You can never go with Senji and Yasha, and this guy, Senji effect, Yasha effect for your passive, attack speed, get even more chances to proc the bash. I would not make Senji and Yasha if I got Halberd though. I'd say you have to choose because this kind of becomes too much now. Double Senji, but yeah, I would either go Senji and Yasha or I would just go Halberd. Again, depends. And some people also like getting Blade Mail. Not a huge fan of Blade Mail because I usually get Black King and I have the Shard upgrade, so you kind of can be hit with spells anyways. Maybe you get some value out of this. Physical damage is not going to do that much harm to you anyways because of the bulldoze and let's say halberd. So I usually skip Blade Mail. There's option for pipe. Hood into pipe. That also depends on the enemy team. If the enemy team is really annoying, it's really like some crazy combo. Maybe there's Lion and maybe there's Crystal Maiden. Maybe both of them at the same team. Maybe I'd get the pipe, help myself and the team. But again, pipe is a lot of money. The recipe is pricey. I might just stop on the hood. I might just get shroud. But yeah, that one is also optional. So yeah, pretty much however you combo it, you'll probably either having heart or you'll be having halberd. So you'll be definitely fine on health. All of this stuff will protect you in the fight. Halberd also, assault. This is great because if at any point anybody decides to get a butterfly, you have an immediate solution to that and you'll be the first one to get there. Especially with Scepter. Because now you can just, they want to go Black King and ignore you, you can just charge them anyways, bash them. Bash as usual goes through the Black King effect anyways, and now you can charge them even. So you can just charge them, they're bashed because of these effects. You got assault, you got some attack speed, maybe you can bash them again, keep them bashed, and you kind of ruin their whole experience with Black King and trying to do something, maybe that's like a carry. And you can just like completely ruin them. Also like incredibly nasty target for Legion. You should always try to bait Legion to use ult on you if there's one on the enemy team, because you can just bash him in his ult, and you're an annoying target to fight with anyways. So one of the best targets to bait Legion's ult on. You can just, if you're lucky enough, you can just keep him bashed, and he's not even going to even be able to hit you properly. He's just going to be pushed backwards, and every time he's bashed, he goes back. He has to get out of the bash state. He has to approach you again, because he gets knocked back, and yeah, it's really nasty. Happened to me a bunch of times where I just did it, and it was really bad. Let's take a look at the talents. What I always take first is night vision. 4 armor is really nothing important for this guy anyways. You're not going to be missing either armor or health, probably, anyways, but so I would just take night vision. It gives you much more options for the charge. It really synergizes well. Second one, it kind of depends, but I would just go for damage. Because having this, it goes immediately with ult, goes with charge, and those couple of first hits. You get the proc, it's a lot of bonus damage with this, so I would just go for 40 damage. Oh, but this is also fine. So the right one is also completely fine, especially if you have a feeling that the fights kind of go longer and nobody really dies at like a first encounter. So bullet cooldown might be also better option then. Second one, I would take the bash chance. Movement speed, you're gonna get there anyways. You can go into this while you're charging. Yeah, I forgot to mention. When you're charging, you can just go into Shadow Blade or Silver Edge. It's not gonna cancel this. And then also have phase boots. So I really don't think you need any extra speed on this one. I really don't. So it's much nicer to get the bash procced as much as you can. Get it like to close to a 30%. 27 right? Yeah, close to 30. Last one, I always take health though. Now, greater bash damage is great, especially when this becomes 30%. But as usual, it's kind of more on the defensive side of laner. He's not really somebody like Slardar. He is more like on the defensive side, and his spells these spells kinda supports that, and like the type that you go usually like the halberd and the scepter. It's not really aggressive items, it's more like a mix or more on the defensive side. So almost like a huge free health, I would just take that, especially if you skipped any health items and you just went like, let's say it's assault, maybe just assault, silver edge, boots and black king. You don't have much health anyways, you don't want to get hurt. Why not just fill that spot with some extra health? I think your team will be much more grateful for you if you can survive the fight, bait as much damage as possible, running around with bulldoze, with halberd effects. Why not? You're gonna be using your ult anyways and charge, so worrying about damage, it's not that big of a deal. I would always pick health. And yeah, that's the whole spirit. That's the whole. There's some funny combos. If you have a life stealer, don't forget about infesting the guy and just charging anybody. There's a lot of videos about that. It's pretty memey, but it's pretty fun. Probably one of the best uses for a life stealer that I can think of. So yeah, you can combo those with your friends, or if there's a team pick like that. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'll see you on the next one.